你咋了？你困了？哦，我以为你睡着了。啥呀？都说好帅，干嘛了？为啥都说好帅了？干嘛了？
我好像是他要跟去哪门了？他们的
哦
礼服那个，
哦，穿的。
挺可对，挺可对。
然后这些很多人在退坑或者玩腻了一盘游戏之后，都会请教易平台把他们的账号卖掉，卖家可以稍微回血的同时，买家换点小钱就能得到一个现成的账号，而奖励平台又能从中赚点差价，这本来是个一举三得的行为。不过因为中国的游戏账号大多都要实名认证，如果买家在账号到手之后忘记把资料更新成自己的，买家会被程序耳入翻译。最近美国突然跨国抓捕委内瑞拉总统，在国际社会引起了轩然大波，有不少媒体说这次情。
Good morning and welcome. Coming up this Friday morning, a reckless stunt caught on film. Car passengers hanging out of windows as they speed down a Sydney tunnel. Plus, spaceport cancelled. NASA considers bringing crew home early as an astronaut faces a health battle. And weighing the options.
我放声音 OK 吗？吵不吵？啊？那我不放了。
Safe races for a catastrophic fire day, the worst since the devastating Black Summer of 2019. Live Tuesday, Melbourne reporter Kiara Parker. Kiara, what are the current warnings?
Well, emergency warnings remain in place for two bushfires burning out of control in a state northeast. Residents in several communities forced to flee their homes, some under threat by fire. The other fire burning out of control is near Waller in the Mount Wilson State Park. Authorities don't expect to contain either of those blazes today in these conditions. A catastrophic fire danger rating has been declared in the southwest, northern country and north central districts. It's the first time several districts have been under this catastrophic classification since 2019. Means lives and homes will be under threat. The state is under a total fire ban, and thousands of campers have been urged to evacuate from popular holiday destinations because authorities say it's not safe to be in bushland areas. They say in these conditions, with strong winds today, any fires that flare up not being controllable. In bushfire-prone areas, 450 schools providing holiday programs have closed, and Ambulance Victoria has declared a red escalation. That means paramedics will only respond to life-threatening or serious cases in danger zones.
Okay, Kiara, thank you. From one extreme to another, the chance of a tropical cyclone hitting the North Queensland coastline is increasing. Let's go live now to today Queensland reporter Andrea Crothers. Andrea, monsoonal rain is expected today.
Yeah, and that could also bring life-threatening flash flooding, Joel. But that likelihood of a below developing into a tropical cyclone, that has increased to a chance of 45%. Currently, that weather system is sitting over the western Coral Sea. It's around Willers Island, which is off Port Douglas. It's expected to turn in towards the North Queensland coast today, potentially crossing the coastline around 10 p.m. on Saturday. But regardless of whether it's developed into a cyclone or not, it's really that heavy rainfall which already soaked part of the state that we have to watch out for.
Andrea, thank you.
Breaking news out of Sydney, American Roads is now being contained after tearing through 4 boats in Western Marina. 4 people have been treated at a scene for smoke inhalation. Devastated boat owners are arriving at the marina to identify their property as the fire continues to burn. The bridge remains closed northbound. A reckless stunt has been caught on camera inside Sydney's M8 tunnel. Motorists travelling behind a white Hyundai were left shocked after 2 people were seen leaning out of the moving car. Moments later, a third person also climbs out. Police say they are looking into the incident. Turns out weight loss drugs might not be the way to go. A new study has found people who stop taking weight loss injections are likely to regain the weight originally lost in under 2 years. That's faster than those on any other weight loss plan. Risk markers for diabetes and Park seats also return. The Prime Minister has announced a royal commission into the Bondi terror attack live tonight. Federal politics former High Court judge will lead the inquiry.
Ginny Mill served on the nation's highest court for more than a decade and has now been tapped on the shoulder by Prime Minister Joel tasking her with heading up the Royal Commission he called yesterday. And this is what she'll focus on: anti-Semitism in Australia and what drives it, improving law enforcement, looking at the circumstances of the Bondi terror attack and other recommendations to help social cohesion. Anthony Albanese committed to a Royal Commission after persisting pressure for 3 weeks. He'll be on today, later this morning. Joel.
Yeah, well, thank you, Connor. A massive manhunt enters its third day in Western Australia's Midwest for an armed man following a shooting at a rural property in Mullewa. Police say 58-year-old Kenneth John Giles fled the scene in a white whistle patrol after a woman known to him was shot in the arm. The Tactical Response Group and Air Wing are scouring dense bushland to disused mines and shacks.
US Vice President J.D. Vance says the immigration agent who shot and killed a woman in Minneapolis will be protected by absolute immunity. Let's go live now to Nine's US correspondent Jonathan Kersley. Morning, Jono. The VP says it was the victim who broke the law.
That's right, Ali. J.D. Vance calling Renee Good, the 37-year-old mother of one who was shot dead by an ICE agent in Minneapolis yesterday, a deranged leftist, saying that she had committed an act of domestic terrorism by trying to drive her vehicle at the officer in question, an officer with a reported 10 years' worth of experience. But there are many questions around whether she was actually, as we can see in this video, simply trying to just get away, turning her vehicle away from the officer before the shots were actually fired. That's most people who are just
Jono, thank you. Former Test cricket great Damien Martin has been released from hospital after waking up from an induced coma. Martin was admitted into hospital on Boxing Day after he was diagnosed with meningitis. Close friends and cricket commentator Craig Gilchrist thanked the public for their support throughout his treatment.
An investigation by the BBC has revealed that House Batten Windsor received millions of pounds from a rich and powerful businessman by his former mansion. Someone killed after he had agreed to sell them as a billionaire in 2007 using funds from the firm linked to corruption. NASA is considering bringing its Crew 11 early in a rare move started by an astronaut suffering a medical condition aboard the International Space Station. The unidentified crew were stable, but their condition led to the cancellation of a scheduled spacewalk. And the Prince and Princess of Wales have made a surprise visit to healthcare workers at Charing Cross Hospital in London, marking their first royal engagement in 2026. Prince William thanked staff for their hard work, while Princess Kate shared a rare glimpse of her journey with chemotherapy.
看这画面，看这画面，
咋的呀？
看看看，
咋的呀？很棒。看这细节，看这树枝儿，
看这光，看这暗部细节。
哎呀，这细节，不知道是紫色、粉色还是什么颜色，我都看不清了。太多细节了。
太多细节。走，先睡着我了。
我没配合你啊。
For those hard-working frontline staff. And great to see Kate out and about and looking so wonderful. Thank you, Jane. Taking a look at the weather across the country and warm conditions forecast across the southeast of the country with active fire warnings in parts of Victoria, while Melbourne, well, it's set to swelter at a top of 43 degrees today.
Meanwhile, a very different story across the top end. Showers forecast for far north Queensland.
In Sydney, an officer has pulled aside this woman arriving from Vietnam. She has recently made lots of short-stay trips, and officers want to know the reason for this unusual method of travel.
We're asking the passenger questions about where she's going next. However, the story is very disjointed, and we're just trying to get to the bottom of why she's not telling us the full story.
You travel a lot. How often do you travel to Vietnam? I'd have to say, well, you're down sick. Yeah, do you sick all the time? Sometimes no good. Okay. So when you know good, you go he tells you when to come to the
So a huge amount of free visits for civilians and for experienced officers, as they know drug couriers commonly make frequent stops when setting up a drug run. The investigation will now be scheduled.
I'm just going to take a swab of your ear.
No, true.
Is this? That's on the iPhone, and it will tell us if there's drugs or explosives.
Positive drug reading would reveal the real reason for frequent travel, and put a very different slant on the story.
Xiao老弟，眼光不错。
This American he has a highly unusual assortment of luggage and claims he is here for a 2-week holiday.
So when you leave here today and go from there, what are you going to do?
如此美酒，恨不能与故人同饮。
After months of travel, the passenger says Australia is his last stop before returning home to Florida in the US. But he has declared food and plant material on his incoming passenger car, so officers need to conduct a full baggage search. This one, man, chocolate. And as they take a closer look, raw vegetables, leftovers, and other food items are immediately located. So biosecurity officer Shane is called to join the inspection. That one, mate.
The beat, half of a beat. You just take some scissors and shave it off and unweight it now.
Rotting vegetables are only the beginning of the bizarre collection of goods this man has been with. There are empty drink bottles, a bag of hay, and dozens of plastic bags, each containing a single food.
少说废话。
What do you think of everything, man?
Like a handful of one on this date and 5 on the next place you guys like, well, I mean, maybe it's something like that, like a little snack kits, like for a walk or something. Like for the 3 days, exactly right. Yeah. But hey, that was a good job.
As the search continues, the passenger realizes he might be in for a long wait, so he decides to make himself. But he is feeling optimistic about his visit to Australia.
Bob just wanted to come for some time. Finally had the chance to come and head off to a good start.
Checked the luggage and the travel documents of this tour group arriving from China.
And you are his wife?
Yeah. All the tourists are cleared to enter the country.
Okay, so that's good.
It seems the group's tour leader may have another agenda.
This one, how much altogether?
Not much more than tobacco was found in the woman's bag, despite her failure to contain the passenger.
Why did Victor know when he should take it? You said that because you didn't want to have to pay tax. Yes. Okay. Understand?
Two of them who are
in this woman's care to speak English. Just test controlled substance. In this case, it's ephedrine, as we found it here. We think it may be drugs at this stage. Further inspection of the item, which tested positive, which reveals another concerning anomaly. What appears to be a regular hot water seems to contain something itchy. Upon inspection, has an inspection hole in there, a clear Perspex one. The serial inside is not liquid or water, it's a powdery substance. And then, yeah, for your shoulder, hot water. Yeah, hot water. Yep. What's this? Yeah. But inside, there's no water. No water. No water. Yeah. This is no water. Yeah. Sorry, alcohol. Sorry. You don't know. Although the woman claims ignorance, another package found in her possession reveals the same powdery substance and immediately increases the concern that she may be large and significant, trying to bring the relevance. This trip was to enter Australia without their tour leader. Another Australian Border Force caught her with a large ball of undeclared tobacco. She has now been detained for further questioning.
You had arrived as part of an organised tour group, and how many passengers were with you? Alright, so on your incoming passenger card, did you declare whether or not you were carrying in excess of the prescribed amount of tobacco into Australia? Oh, shit. Why did you not declare how much tobacco you were bringing to Australia? Because I don't know. And how many cigarettes?
神灵在此过快乐日子，休想再带走我！
Tobacco is unlawful, but it isn't usually a reason for visa cancellation. However, on this occasion, Officer Lucy has received information that this case.
She was 14. I think the situation previously were
like this in it. So each one of these to be checked was in Australia. We are very strict with the business country. So yeah, can't see no television.
Blue bags again, huh? All foodstuffs? The world's on demand. In the hotel room, gave this time to shut down. Sometimes, you know, you're making stuff it's by yourself. Yeah, why not just have that walking in the or live in the bush for a bit.
It seems he has packed almost everything he needs for any situation that he might.
These empty alcohol bottles. What do you want with that? We keep them?
Well, these are perfect.
Okay.
Officers must inspect and assess every item. And this well-travelled passenger is a little surprised.
Once in a while they go through it, you know. It actually happens more or less when I get back to the U.S. It's travel. Matter of fact, it sets the record. This is the most time it's ever taken.
While inspecting his luggage, border force officers are also assessing the passenger's visa status.
Matter of fact, this is how they go through it, you know.
And this well-travelled passenger is a little surprised.
Once in a while they go through it, you know. It actually happens more or less when I get back to the U.S. It's travel. Matter of fact, it sets the record. This is the most time it's ever taken.
While inspecting his luggage, border force officers are also assessing the passenger's visa status. And they need to check how he is funding his stay. If he doesn't have the money, then he may find himself getting back to the States soon.
当初老朱们不愿走，你等得好苦。
You don't know it yet. You don't yet.
Maybe it doesn't stop there.
Why is it so solid? Keep going, Marbettes. Try and squeeze it.
Yeah.
So you have to squeeze it in. Well, it appears that most containerised items in the Dropbox topic, tend to present MC, the hot water bottle, the shampoo or moisturiser bottles, they all contain material that wasn't originally placed in there.
The luggage is riddled with packets containing the same suspicious amount, so this investigation must be stepped up.
So at this stage, we'll continue on with the passenger tackle the interview room. After that, we'll interview and conduct some testing of the material itself.
Yeah. We're interested right now. Think of the quality.
老朱今日就是死，要留在这玩。 别骂我！若不是你，
vegetables broccoli.
News will be seized while making a search
Receipts.
Decides to pay holding to keep some of his veggies and utensils.
Previously reports with in excess of the allowed limit of cigarettes, is this correct?
This Chinese tour guide has been caught with a large quantity of tobacco in her luggage. Australian Border Force officers have information that suggests she might not be acting alone and could be part of a bigger operation.
On your previous entry into Australia, you bought cigarettes in excess of the prescribed amount? Yes. And how many times have you bought those cigarettes in? 3 times.
Border Force officers have concerns that this could be part of an organised crime syndicate.
Who organises the cigarettes for you to bring into Australia? Is this the company that you do the tour group with?
I don't know which company because we don't know exactly, but we are all people, and then they will distribute to us, and we will be paid for our labor.
It's now confirmed the woman is working as a mule and smuggling tax-free tobacco under the guise of her job as a tour leader. Her admission to receiving payment confirms not breaching the conditions of her visa.
It appears that there may be grounds to consider cancellation of your visa today based on the fact that you have engaged in working activities in Australia, not as a tour guide, but because you were selling tobacco into Australia. You're not there and you're not trained to perform.
Unless you can provide a valid reason to stay. It looks like this tour guide will be at the first available flight. Before a decision is made to cancel the woman's visa, Officer Lucy gives the passenger another chip in to the case.
Okay, so if you have any comments or a response that you'd like to give me to this, so your response to me making a decision today on whether or not to cancel your visa is that you have no comment.
It's a clear-cut decision for Australian Border Force.
So therefore, your visa has now been cancelled. You have been refused immigration clearance today.
Officers are conducting tests on it, which was concealed in various packages carried into the country by this one.
Okay, the samples come up as possible to seal it through.
Secondary testing now confirms the substance is ephedrine. Ephedrine is a precursor.
闲话少提，我没兴趣。既然来了，我便帮你把那身破铜烂铁换换。
Until now, the passenger has claimed ignorance about the items in her possession.
She's calm, collected. She doesn't seem to show any signs that she's involved in any nefarious activity. So,
but the reality of The situation now appears to dawn on her, and her steely resolve crumbles. Red-handed with a total 6.7 kilograms of evidence, the woman is arrested and
非常不可。顶盔贯甲，更胜从前。能多挨2下。若再要制锋利器械，来此便是。
First time here, what sort of plan she had?
Just have a run. I don't really like the ships.
Yeah, plan.
I don't really like them. Yeah, I think it's easy.
The passenger we got today arrived from Hong Kong. She's a Taiwanese national. She's 23 years old. She's here on a tourist visa, but she was unable to answer the basic questions. That's a concern to us today because we can't establish why she's travelled to Australia.
Her incoming passenger card states she is here for work, but she doesn't have evidence of a return flight or an itinerary.
I find it very strange that you don't have any plans for Melbourne. And you have a couple. I mean, if I went to Taiwan, I would have a hotel. I would have a list of things that I want to do. So it's very strange that you come here.
Really?
It is. We search a lot of people every single day. Everyone has the hotel booking. They have.
There was another red flag.
Yeah, how much cash do you carry?
Everything about this passenger is indicating she is not here as a genuine tourist.
Lost her.
Why lost girls?
我此生最恨猴子，回回都是你们坏我好事。我究竟哪里不如这些猴子？既然你这么喜欢猴子，我便抛了他的心，挖了他的肝，与你一起尝尝。
你这要我说的，这都是先给我老子说说话。哎，再
Yeah, something like.
Anxious of the civilization's attention. And needs close inspection.
莫管我，快追上去，取回失出的东西要紧。你快逃命，我自有办法。
The Chinese passenger has not said anything on her card here. It's genetic material.
我没看到，我在这看节目呢。
太清楚了，多烦人啊！那么多字节。
密集恐惧症。我看这个死了，我操！
A suspect and undeclared murder is immediately found.
This one, 7-6. Yes. You understand?
And it's
就
not
会可以帮我吃口吃。
可以。然后刚刚那个女的她被遣返的特别亏，一会儿回来你看。你要看，大家看啊。我觉得她应该就不知道，不是这个。哦，是中国的一个。 中国的一个，这个，他是因为不懂英文才吃亏的吧？我大概听了。又来。
That's good.
It seems the group's dual leader may have another agenda.
This one, how much altogether?
A large royalty payment was found in the woman's bag, despite her failure to declare on the messaging video. Why did you know when you should have done this? Say no because you didn't want to have to pay tax. Yes.
他不应该说 yes， 我觉得他是不明白。如果他会英语，他听明白的话，那我肯定不会说 yes。我说 because I didn't really notice。他不会说直接就说我不想 pay tax， 对吧？他应该是没听，我不知道。那。
You should have done yes. Say no because you didn't want to have to pay tax. Yes.
这个 yes 就是定罪的 yes。
To a group who are in this woman's care, speak English and are in Australia for the first time. As their guide is now detained, they're understandably worried about what it will mean for their trip. The group must head to the arrivals hall without their leader. Australian Border Force have some serious concerns about her reason for carrying so many souvenirs.
Steve, we're going to do a tech reporting. Go get to other small
Border Force suspect she may be part of a bigger operation. Now need to investigate further.
星宿之地何来杀子？
这种其他的你想看吗？
这个里没说是全的。
它是各种交叉的，没结束，最差。
So, on your incoming passenger card, did you declare whether or not you were carrying in excess of the prescribed amount of tobacco into Australia?
我没有写。
Why did you not declare how much tobacco you bring into Australia?
他说这话我惊呆了呢。
That you bring into Australia?
他也听懂了，他也不是完全没听。
那他是不是不了解情况呀？就是那你为什么会说我不想留？对啊，
不是这么严重。
就是不懂呗，就是肯定就是不懂这个情况。他还没完呢，这还没完呢。
Is usually a reason for visa cancellation. However, on this occasion, Officer Lucy has received information. Now knows there's more to this case than was told.
She has done it previously on 3 occasions. The last occasion she was caught
this new information.
So in the situation quickly, be advised that you
他那个我没明白，就是他说什么
previously on 3 occasions. The last occasion she was caught in Cairns.
in Cairns 是啥意思？
Previously were caught with in excess of the allowed limit of cigarettes. Is this correct?
哦，他之前被抓过一次。哦。
Australian Border Force working alongside biosecurity.
自己切呀，你要死。
这长吗？
Says he has been traveling.
That is Seattle, Japan, Taiwan, Philippines, and Brunei, and just everything today.
It's not apparently usual. It's a huge job for officers.
Yeah, we've been here a couple of hours. It's purely because it's a multitude of plastic bags, and each plastic bag we have to undo because it had something like this in it. So each item has to be checked because in Australia we are very strict with items. So yeah, we're going to take our time and make sure that we get it all.
In a 1,000 bags again.
So these are all dry plants. These are all dry plants.
Food items or plant material the man is carrying could contain pests and diseases, and most of them will not be allowed to enter the country. But it doesn't end there.
Take that. Fragrance condiments.
Condiments 是啥？
哦，感觉
As the passenger Stephen says necessary.
Anything from, your bedding stuff, get in hotel rooms for days at a time, which does happen sometimes, very spicy, mascara, and I normally have a hot plates to put this on. You're going to get stuck in a hotel room for 2 or 3 days by yourself, and why not just
It seems he has packed almost everything he needs for any situation that will happen.
It's deeply uncomfortable.
So do you want with that? You want me to keep them?
Well, you do the perfumes.
Okay.
Officers must inspect and assess every item. And this well-traveled passenger is a little surprised.
Once in a while they go through it, It actually happens more or less when I get back to the U.S. Pretty struck. Matter of fact, it sets the record. This is the most time it's ever taken.
While inspecting his luggage, Border Force officers are also assessing the passenger's visa status. And they need to check how he is funding his stay. If he doesn't have the money, then he may find himself heading back to the States soon. He this one's possession of substance.
It appears that most